Hi guys, welcome back to my channel once again here on YouTube. Today I have a review for you for WWF Hardcore DVD. So this was a 2001 Silver Vision release, 18 certificate here in the UK. Caution, contains exclusive DVD extras. So this obviously got a VHS release back in the day as well. It has a kind, I wouldn't say sequel, but it has a kind of follow-up. I think it was released around, I don't know, 2010, we'll say. I don't own it. It's the history of the Hardcore Championship 24/7. It's got like a red background with the Hardcore Championship on the front. I think the 2004 Punk and Nathan the Wrestling Guy have it in their collections, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I got that wrong, guys. And I think Rocket Dave as well has it. Yeah, so I like what they've done with the artwork here, with the hardcore, with the barbed wire wrapped around it. Got like a bit of an ECW vibe from that. Well, I'm getting that kind of vibe, but you know what I mean. Got the thumbtacks around it as well. I always like the design for the Hardcore Championship, recycling the old WWF World Heavyweight Championship held by greats such as Bret Hitman Hart, Yokozuna, Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, etc. And yeah, just smashing it all up and writing hardcore over it. And we got like a computer chip there in the corner. There's the spine. Here's the back. So welcome to the world of anything goes. Barbed wire wrapped, baseball bats, steel cages, tacks, and tables and chairs are just some of the tools these artists of brutality use to take the sport to extremes the Federation and its fans have never witnessed before. These superstars have become legends through their bodily sacrifices. If we say they didn't get hurt, we'd be lying, like hard. Then you're friggin' love this, man, okay? So all these events actually took place and are not re-enhancements. Re-enhancements? Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, so we got various screenshots. We have the hardcore match, the Hell in a Cell match from King of the Ring 1998 is a screenshot there. I don't really know, my camera's not picking that up very well. So yeah, we've got Mankind against The Undertaker. If you class that as a hardcore match. I think they just put it in because of the crazy spot fest by Mankind. We got Hardcore Holly and... who the fuck's that there? Smacking somebody with a... is that a briefcase or a fan or something? I don't fucking know. Not a fan from the audience. I mean like a fan, air fan thing. Because I see a cable hanging from it. This picture's really hard to make out. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the picture itself's printed quite blurry, so I can't... well, that could actually be Funaki because of the long hair and the attire. Apologies if I got that wrong. So yeah, caution, contains material of a graphic nature. Parental discretion is recommended. Yeah, no fucking shit. So this is a 280-minute runtime, recorded in stereo as well, guys, yay! And then we got WWF.com logo there. They were the classic days, weren't they, guys? DVD extras, 20 extraordinary matches spanning the history of the most grueling championship in the Federation. These matches will keep you on the edge of your seat, smack you upside the head, and make you gasp, "Oh, that's gotta hurt." So there's the disc. Chapter selection and extras, which I'll go over shortly. In case you want to see the adverts in the back quickly, guys, I'll show you. So you got the Mick Foley Hard Knocks and Cheap Pops, King of the Ring 2000, Survivor Series 2000, SummerSlam 2000, The Rock, the People's Champ, Royal Rumble 2000, and of course WrestleMania 2000 or WrestleMania 16, or whatever you want to call it. And then obviously the address details for Silver Vision from when you want to order your DVDs. Well, not anymore, but back then, obviously. 23 years ago. So yeah, 2001, as I said earlier, 2001 release. It says in the small print, copyright kind of area. So I'll put that there. So yeah, I just had the urge to watch this. I don't know what it is about it, but I've always liked the hardcore division. It's one of the main things that stood out for me during the Attitude Era, along with the Big Red Machine Kane. He was another thing that stood out for me in the WWF. That got me a little interested in the WWF to try and, you know, take my attention away from being a WCW fanboy back in the day. And yeah, I thought I'd well, not revisit this, because I've never owned this before till now, but revisit the hardcore division through this awesome DVD set. Now I've got to try and remain as unbiased as possible while doing this review, because there's obviously fans out there that don't know what hardcore is, if you're new fans, or fans that just don't like the hardcore style of wrestling, that probably don't have any interest in this division at all. And there's just a random bug appearing as in a cameo then in my video. Thank you, random bug. I think it was a fly, annoying fly. Piss off fly, buzzing by me now. You're distracting me. Anyway, yeah, he's fucked off now. Right, so sorry about that. Yes, back to what I was saying. So yeah, it was good to revisit the hardcore division. So where it says Hard Breaks, this is basically the DVD's main feature. What is hardcore? It explains the hardcore rules and division, etc. Mick Foley getting presented the hardcore championship by Vince McMahon. So he's recognized as the first official champion of the hardcore championship, if I'm not mistaken. And then early action, some of the earlier matches and title defenses. So Mankind against Ken Shamrock, who was Intercontinental Champion at that point. That was quite an interesting hardcore match. Yeah, the finish to it, I kind of understood, but I thought they would find a way to protect the Intercontinental Champion Ken Shamrock at that point, but obviously they didn't give a fuck. They put the Hardcore Championship over the Intercontinental Championship, as you know what I mean, as a more important championship title. I could be wrong there, that's just my opinion. That's how that match kind of seemed after watching it. It was good to watch it back as well. I can't believe it was as long ago as 1998. Crazy stuff. And then we got Who is Hardcore, and then we get various hardcore wrestlers talking about who's hardcore, etc. And then we're treated to a delightful hardcore women's championship match between Ivory and Tori. Not Tori Wilson, it's Tori who was with Kane during 2000, if you remember correctly, guys. You older fans might remember. And she ended up with X-Pac. Spoiler alert! Sorry about that, if you didn't know. But yeah, that Tori. And wow, Tori in her thong and like just a bra with a shirt on, because they were wrestling backstage in the locker room, and it brought into the shower. And Jacqueline was trying to take her shower, bless her, holding on to her, how do I word this without being rude? Puppies, yeah. And quickly wrapping herself in a towel and getting out of there. And yeah, they pretty much beat the shit out of each other with any weapons they could find. It was quite brutal for a women's hardcore championship match. Hardcore match, sorry, it wasn't a championship match. I don't think it was anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I'm pretty sure that wasn't title on the line. They were just showing women in a hardcore match. And I really enjoyed it. Not just because, you know, well, not because of that reason, but it was just fun to watch. They both women gave it, you know, a good go in. Good seeing. No, I got to word these things correctly. Both women had a lot of fun. No, I still can't get my words out correctly, buddy. Fucking hell. No, both women did well, and they gave it their all. And there was a nasty incident at the end, which it looked quite horrific, but obviously I don't think it was legit. And it was where Ivory had burnt Tori's back with an iron. You know, the iron you use to iron your clothes. That makes sense. She like steam pressed it on her back, and you could hear the sound effect sizzling, and then you saw the steam, and then pulled it away, and there's loads of blood. That's quite horrific. Clever how it was done though. The mirror smash as well. That was pretty cool. But all in all, just seeing them, you know, brawling around in their underwear, that was just very delightful. And bless Tori trying to keep her tits in place because they kept trying to fall out, and she had this wet shirt where they brawled through the shower, and she was trying to keep everything all together while trying to beat the shit out of Ivory. It was just great stuff. Definitely one of the highest points of this DVD set. Moving on anyway. I didn't rewind that part much, I promise, guys. Then we got Down by the River, which was Al Snow against Hardcore Holly. I'm not sure if many of you guys remember that one, but some of you older fans of the Attitude Era that appreciated the Hardcore Championship as well. So this was a good brawl, obviously filmed. I can't remember if it was on episode Raw or a pay-per-view. Could have been St. Valentine's Day Massacre maybe. But yeah, there was a good match, and yeah, it went into the river as well, and the creative way of Hardcore Holly, how he wrapped up Al Snow to get the victory, was pretty cool. Sorry about that spoiler alert as well, guys. Then we got like a chapter explaining the injuries, etc. A battle royal, a street fight. The 24/7 rule explained. Memories, the APA. 50-foot fall. So the 50-foot fall is the SummerSlam 2000 Shane McMahon when he took on Steve Blackman for the Hardcore Championship. That was a good match. And obviously Shane McMahon had some help, but that still wasn't enough for, you know, for him to stop him from falling 50 foot and whatever. And then we just have a wrap-up part where it's called Mop It Up. That was a good part of the DVD, the main DVD, and I enjoyed that. And we went on to the other stuff, the extra hard, the added content, or whatever you want to call it. Quite a lot of matches, filled up a good few hours of runtime, which was cool. So we had Hardcore Holly versus Bart Gunn, Crash Test, 24/7 is born. And you know, the 24/7 rule was just fun. A lot of fun back then, and you're going through like, was mainly based around Crash Holly. He was doing shit like just out at a theme park, for example, and then he'd end up trying to escape on a slide through a bull pit. Another part, for example, was him getting a massage from Ivory, who I was talking about earlier, and she cracks him over the head with a jar when he's feeling relaxed and tries to cover him to win the Hardcore title, and it's just very... It seems stupid now, but it was really enjoyable back then. It was a good idea, and you know, anywhere you could get pinned, etc. Laundry 24/7, airport 24/7. Some of the fucking places they wrestled were very creative and quite fun, to be honest. Fun Time USA, Crash versus Hardcore Holly, cousins arguing over the same thing. They both want the Hardcore title. I guess the Hardcore title could have been associated, if you had to think of any wrestler, Crash Holly would definitely be one of the top 5 picks associated to the Hardcore Championship. Just my opinion though, guys. Along with Raven possibly as well, and Steve Blackman and Hardcore Holly. You wouldn't really associate Mick Foley with it, even though he was some call him the Hardcore Legend, and he was the first champion as well. But, you know, you think of the Hardcore title, you don't think of him. Not often, anyway. Well, I don't. I don't know why. No disrespect to him. It's just, you know, how I feel about that. Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy. Hardcore Briscoe. Hardcore Patterson. Big Boss Man versus Steve Blackman. Good stuff. I always liked watching Steve Blackman with his kendo sticks and martial arts skills in hardcore matches. Fucking awesome stuff. Edge and Christian versus Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman versus Taz. Steve Blackman versus Tiger Ali Singh. This is almost a Steve Blackman DVD, isn't it? Surprisingly. Raven versus Undertaker, the American Badass Undertaker, that is. That was a good match. Very one-sided in Undertaker's favour, obviously, not in Raven's. Fucking hell. But yeah, former ECW champion against former WWF champion. Speaking of WWF champion at the time, The Rock was in a triple threat match against hardcore champion Big Show and Kurt Angle. And the WWF Championship wasn't on the line, but the hardcore title was. So The Rock had a chance to become a double champion at that point. But this triple threat match should have just been a 20-man match or 20-person match, because every fucking wrestler and his dog were coming out. Well, there weren't any dogs, but there were just so many wrestlers coming out trying to take out Big Show. And Big Show was there trying to escape them all, and he went up towards the ring entrance, the Titantron area kind of thing, near the stage area. And then we got like S.A. Rios jumping off the ramp and, you know, trying to take out the Big Show. Big Show just throws him to one side, then Crash Holly, and then someone else, and then he's there trying to escape backstage as well. And eventually he shrugs off everybody, and they all the other ones that were trying to attack Big Show end up beating the fuck out of each other. And then it's just S.A. Rios that catches up with Big Show. Big Show beats him up. And then a smart way to win the match. Sorry, another spoiler alert. Big Show picks up S.A. Rios, just pins him against the wall with his hands. And the referee makes the count. So he got a pinfall victory on a wall. I completely forgot about that, but it was very creative and very cool. I did appreciate that. Very good stuff. We had the WrestleMania 17 awesome hardcore match, hardcore title match, triple threat, Raven, Kane, and Big Show. Memorable for the Raven getting put through the window and Raven almost ruining WrestleMania with the golf cart, almost pulling the cable out and shutting down all the electricity in the arena. That would have been quite interesting if that had happened, but they were very fucking lucky with that. Backlash 2001's hardcore match and Judgment Day 2001's. And then we had Big Show versus Rhino, which was a meh match. I didn't really like that one as much as some of the other stuff on here, but it was okay. But all in all, a very enjoyable visit to the old hardcore days of the WWF. I'm not really interested in the 24/7 championship. They try to revive it with that kind of, in a weird kind of way. Just my opinion. That's how it seemed anyway, but it just wasn't the same. And I don't like to associate that championship with this championship either. I'd like to get that hardcore set I was on about earlier at some point. And another one called Action, which was also released in 2001, which I'm pretty sure is another kind of hardcore related DVD, also released on VHS. I'm interested in trying to pick that up at some point. I don't want to give dates of saying, oh, I'm going to get it this week, I'm going to get it next week, because at the moment I'm not exactly a walking ATM, and with 2 more TNA DVDs announced as of this morning, of this recording that is, it's going to be quite a while before I know what I can get and when I can get it. But all in all, guys, non-biased as I possibly can, I'd say if you're not a fan of hardcore wrestling, then this isn't for you. But if you want to relive the hardcore days of the hardcore division, or you want to learn about it and it interests you, I highly recommend you check this out. I give it a score of 9 out of 10. It would have got a 10 out of 10 if it had an extra disc with it. I mean, the presentation, the presenter Taz, he was pretty cool throughout the show. I enjoyed having him. He was the right guy to do it. The matches on there, the content, the explanation of how the rules work, everything. It was just right down to the T. You know, I really enjoyed it, and it was a good revisit to the hardcore division. I don't know what it is with me lately. I've just got the urge to watch a lot of hardcore stuff. I've been rewatching the Hardcore Justice events in TNA. I'm hoping to rank those at some point. And obviously, like I said, I want to get hold of those other 2 hardcore-related WWF ones, DVDs that is, at some point. Let me know in the comments below as well, guys. Does that hardcore the History of Hardcore DVD. Was that a Blu-ray release as well, or is it just DVD? Because I'm interested to know about that. So I'll try and get the Blu-ray one if that's the case, because it'll probably have extra matches and stuff. But yeah, good to revisit this. I'm really happy with this, guys. Give me a thumbs up if I deserve one today. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and always comment. I always like to reply to you guys as much as I can. Sorry I've been a bit absent lately, but I'm back again, so here we are. You all take care, enjoy yourselves, and have a nice day, as Mick Foley would say. Bye-bye for now.